Hi, this is Carolina from Healing Crystals Art Studio. Today we're gonna make a very easy exercise but very important so you can learn and see how the watercolors work. It's just a simple exercise to test the colors you have in your palette and then mixing with water and let the water flow and absorb or repel the pigments in the watercolors. So you're gonna end up with something like this. We wanna work with solid colors and then just with water, so you can see how water attracts or repel the pigments. It depends the color you use. When it dries, you are gonna see the results, so then after you can apply that in your watercolor paints. So to make this exercise, you draw some circles. I use my transporter, but you can use any cup, lid, so just different size circles. And try to make every circle a different color in your palette, so you can start knowing your colors. So after you make the circle, you make a line in the middle, just eyeballing, just a line in the circle in the middle. And when you paint, try not to touch the pencil, so after you can erase the pencil. Once you put the watercolor on top of the pencil, you cannot erase it anymore. But this is an exercise, so it doesn't matter too much. Okay, so every circle is cut in half. So we're gonna start with the color. Let me do one yellow first. So you have your yellow. Try to do it like very concentrated. And paint the first half. So let's paint this. And rotate your paper so it's easier. So not touching the pencil, I'm gonna paint this half. It has to be wet, so you have to work fast in watercolor. It has to be all wet, so you finish your half, you make sure everything is wet, and very fast you clean your brush, maybe use another brush, and put just water in the other half. Okay, just put water in the other half, just clean water. This is a little bit tinted, so you can see. So when you are next to this, to the half that is paint, you start like touching in some places, maybe 2 or 3 times, so the colors start running. And you just let it be. Then you do the next. Let's do an orange. So let's do the orange here. So the orange. Remember, it has to be wet. So you have to make a pool of color enough to fill your half circle, and it has to be wet. you clean your brush and apply the water in the other half. And then you touch in some places and let the color run. Leave some whites in the middle so you can see the contrast of the colors. If you see that there's too much water, you just absorb it with the brush. There's some color here. Okay. So with the orange, for example, you can see that the pigment is stronger, but the water gets into the color too. So, like I say, you start knowing your colors, how they work. So let's do it with the red now. All wet, and then you just apply water. And start touching the color in different places so let it run. It's a great way to understand how the watercolor works. And I'm gonna fast forward this. You're gonna paint all the colors. this is the result, the end result. You will see how the pigment runs into the water, the shapes, the magic that the watercolor does, and you start understanding how different pigments react different with water, and you have all the range, like the more concentrated color and then the light version. So you see that one color you can have a lot of different shades, like the darker, the middle, and a very light one. This is very useful when you work in layers. That way you understand that you have to work in watercolor, especially with lighter layers first, and then start working with more concentrated pigment layers. I hope you like it and you learn a lot about watercolors with these exercises. See you next video.